Welcome to Love Science Today, the podcast where we explore modern relationships through psychology, sociology, philosophy, and real human behavior. Here we study attraction, intimacy, boundaries, and emotional safety in the age of digital connection. If you want to understand love on a deeper level, you are in the right place. Let us begin. Today's episode is titled Chemistry versus Compatibility: Why Feeling It Doesn't Mean It Will Work. The spark is there. The attraction is intense. You feel it immediately. But months later, it falls apart. Why? In this episode of Love Science Today, we break down one of the biggest misconceptions in modern dating: the belief that chemistry equals compatibility. You will learn what chemistry really is from a psychological and biological perspective. Why intense attraction often comes from familiarity, not alignment. The critical differences between chemistry and compatibility. How trauma, attachment styles, and past experiences shape who you are attracted to. Why no spark on a first date does not always mean no potential. How to build relationships that last beyond the initial neurochemical high. If you have ever been drawn to someone who felt right but turned out wrong, this episode will fundamentally change how you define connection. I want you to think about the best first date of your life. You sat across from them at a table, and the conversation just flowed. 5 hours felt like 5 minutes. You laughed at the same jokes. You felt that undeniable electricity in the air. You went home, fell back onto your bed and thought, "This is it, I have found them." But let us fast forward 6 months. That same person, the one who gave you all those butterflies, is now the source of your deepest anxiety. You cannot communicate. Your values are completely misaligned. Every disagreement turns into a war. You are left staring at the ceiling, asking yourself a painful question. If it felt so right in the beginning, why is it so wrong now? Welcome back to Love Science Today, where we separate what feels good from what actually works. I am your host, Kahindi Ojo. Today we are tackling a topic that has confused millions of people and ruined countless relationships. We are looking at the fatal misunderstanding between two very different concepts: chemistry versus compatibility. Because just because you feel a spark does not mean you have the foundation to keep the house warm. Let us break it down. Let us start with chemistry. What is it really? We romanticize it in movies. We write songs about it. But scientifically speaking, chemistry is an immediate, visceral reaction. It is an unconscious biological and psychological pull toward another human being. When you feel that spark, you are experiencing a massive surge of neurochemicals. Your brain is flooded with dopamine, the chemical of craving and reward. You get a hit of adrenaline and norepinephrine, which makes your heart race, makes your palms sweat, and creates hyper-focus on the other person. Biologically, chemistry has one evolutionary purpose. It is designed to get two humans to mate quickly enough to keep the species going. It is not designed to ensure you can successfully co-parent, share a mortgage, or navigate a global pandemic together. Chemistry is fast, it is loud, it requires absolutely zero effort. But here is the most crucial takeaway for today. Chemistry is not a prophecy. It does not predict the future. It only tells you what your nervous system is reacting to right now. This brings us to the dark side of the spark. Why does chemistry so often lead us to the exact wrong people? When you meet someone and you feel that intense rush, you might say to your friends, "We just clicked. I've never felt this way before." It is so natural. But in psychology, we have to ask, what feels natural to you? Usually, what feels natural is simply what feels familiar. If you grew up in a household with emotional inconsistency, where love had to be earned, or where chaos was the norm, your nervous system learned a dangerous lesson. It learned that anxiety equals love. So as an adult, if you meet a partner who is secure, stable, and completely available, your nervous system gets bored. It registers them as no spark. But when you meet someone who is unpredictable, emotionally distant, or highly volatile, your alarm bells ring. Your body floods with adrenaline. You mistake this trauma response for romantic passion. You are drawn to them not because they are right for you, but because your nervous system recognizes the pattern. You are attracted to the very thing that wounded you, hoping this time you can fix it. If chemistry is the spark that starts the fire, compatibility is the wood that keeps it burning. Compatibility is not about how you start. It is entirely about how you function together over time. It is not an emotion, it is a structural reality. Compatibility includes shared core values. Do you view money, family, and ethics in the same way? Communication styles. When you disagree, do you fight to win or do you fight to resolve? Emotional availability. Can this person hold space for your sadness without making it about them? Life direction. Are you both walking down the same path or are you trying to drag each other in opposite directions? Here is the hard truth about compatibility. It is often not exciting at first. It is stable. It is consistent. It is highly predictable. And for many people who are addicted to the roller coaster of chemistry, stability feels terrifyingly boring. Sometimes true compatibility feels unfamiliar because peace is unfamiliar. Let us look at a real-life example. We will talk about BC, a 29-year-old architect living in Birmingham. Bissy was a self-proclaimed romantic. She always chose partners based entirely on instant chemistry. If she did not feel fireworks on date 1, there was no date 2. Her relationships were always explosive. They started fast. Grand gestures, intense emotional confessions, staying up until 4 a.m. talking. But every single time by month 6, it ended the exact same way. The communication broke down. Her partners became emotionally volatile or pulled away. The trust shattered. After a particularly devastating breakup, Bissy decided to change her approach. She met a man named Marcus. On their first date, there were no fireworks. The conversation was pleasant but calm. He asked her thoughtful questions. He paid the bill. He said goodnight without trying to rush her home. Bissy called her best friend the next day and said, "He is a lovely guy, but there is just no spark. I don't think I will see him again." Her friend challenged her to go on 3 more dates. Bissy agreed. On date 2, Marcus remembered a small detail about her dog. On date 3, he handled a stressful traffic jam with complete calm. On date 4, he communicated a boundary kindly but firmly. Over time, Bissy realized something profound. She wasn't bored. For the very first time in her dating life, she felt entirely safe. The chemistry grew, but it grew out of trust, not anxiety. She realized she had spent a decade chasing sparks, completely ignoring the foundation. Why are we so obsessed with the spark? Why is it so hard to be like BC and wait for the slow build? Because chemistry is easy. It requires no work. It is an instant high. We live in a culture of instant gratification. We want our food delivered in 20 minutes, our movies streamed instantly, and our soulmates verified on the first pint at the pub. Chemistry gives you immediate feedback. Compatibility requires the things we hate giving: time, observation, frustration, patience. In a fast-paced dating culture, waiting to see how someone handles conflict in month 3 feels like an eternity. But slow is the only place where stability actually lives. So how do we stop chasing the fireworks and start building the house? Here is your 5-step protocol for choosing compatibility over cheap chemistry. 1. Do not decide too early. The 3-date rule. Unless there is a glaring red flag, do not disqualify someone just because you did not feel a manic high on date 1. Give people time to unfurl. Give them at least 3 dates to show you who they are when the initial nerves fade. 2. Look for patterns, not moments. Anyone can create a magical moment. A narcissist can plan a perfect romantic weekend in Paris. But can they apologize on a random Tuesday when they snap at you? Do not judge a partner by their highlight reel. Judge them by their daily consistency. 3. Check your nervous system. After a date, sit in your car before you drive home. Check your body. Do you feel frantic, anxious, and obsessed with whether they will text you? Or do you feel calm, grounded, and relaxed? Calm is the ultimate green flag. 4. Redefine attraction. You have to consciously retrain your brain. Start looking at consistency as sexy. Start viewing emotional regulation as attractive. When someone keeps their word, train yourself to find that thrilling. 5. Build, do not chase. Stop looking for someone you fall into. Falling implies an accident. Real relationships are not stumbled into. They are created brick by two people who decide to stay on the construction site even when it rains. I want you to pull out your journal tonight and ask yourself these core questions. Be incredibly honest. When I date someone new, do I prioritize how the connection feels in the moment or how it practically functions? Looking back at my past relationships, what has my reliance on instant chemistry actually led to? Am I addicted to the intensity of early dating to avoid the vulnerability of long-term intimacy? Can I give a calm, steady connection a genuine chance to grow, even if it feels boring at first? I want to leave you with a final thought to carry with you this week. Chemistry is the beautifully designed invitation that gets you through the front door, but compatibility is the architecture that determines whether you can actually live inside the house. You do not need fireworks to build a beautiful life. Fireworks burn bright, they make a lot of noise, and then they leave you in the dark. What you need is a foundation, a quiet, steady warmth that stays lit long after the initial show is over. This is Love Science Today. I am Kehinda Ojo. Until next time, do not just feel it, understand it. Thank you for listening to Love Science Today. I hope this episode gave you something meaningful to think about. If you learned something, share it with someone who may benefit. Remember that love is not random. It is a pattern you can understand and choose with intention. Join me again for the next episode as we continue exploring the science and soul of real connection. Stay thoughtful, stay open, take care of your heart.